Hello there, this is Kevin, and welcome to Sleepy Nights. Tonight, we'll journey to the misty highlands and rugged shores of ancient Scotland. But before we begin our journey through Scotland's enchanted castles, let's take a moment to find some peace. Try to make yourself comfortable, allowing your body to settle naturally. Take a deep, slow breath in through your nose, imagining you're breathing in the fresh, clean air of the highlands. And as you exhale through slightly parted lips, feel any tension beginning to melt away from your body, like morning mist lifting from a Scottish loch. With each breath, feel yourself sinking deeper into comfort. Perhaps you notice the weight of your head against your pillow, or the gentle rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. Allow a wave of relaxation to flow through your body, starting at the crown of your head. You can feel it wash gently over your forehead, softening any tension in your eyebrows and around your eyes. Let this peaceful feeling continue down across your cheeks, your jaw softening, any tension melting away. And this relaxation continues down your neck, across your shoulders. It flows down your arms to your fingertips, which might feel slightly warm or tingly. Your chest, your back, your abdomen all release any held tension, becoming soft and comfortable. This wave of relaxation continues down through your hips, your legs, all the way to your toes, until your entire body feels pleasantly heavy and wonderfully at ease. Now, as we prepare to enter this world of magic and wonder, allow yourself to drift deeper and deeper into relaxation, ready to receive these timeless myths and legends with an open heart and a curious mind. Scotland's landscape is dotted with magnificent castles, each stone and turret steeped in history and wonder. These remarkable structures have witnessed centuries of Scottish life, from royal celebrations and historic events to enchanting tales of magical creatures and mysterious happenings. More than mere fortifications, these castles serve as keepers of Scotland's rich cultural heritage, housing tales of mischievous goblins, wise wizards, playful fairies, and noble dragons that continue to delight visitors from around the world. The misty highlands and spectacular coastlines of Scotland provide the perfect setting for tales of wonder and enchantment. Here, the ordinary world and the magical realm seem to dance together, allowing colourful legends to flourish across generations. From the majestic Edinburgh Castle, overlooking Scotland's capital, to the picturesque Donan, situated on its own small island. Each castle has developed its own unique collection of stories, reflecting both historical events and the imaginative spirit of the Scottish people. These legends served multiple purposes throughout Scottish history. They entertained during gatherings, preserved cultural identity during changing times, explained natural phenomena in creative ways, and sometimes shared wisdom with younger generations. They also added a touch of magic to the noble families who owned these castles, making their ancestral homes even more special. Today, these legends continue to captivate visitors who walk through ancient stone corridors or gaze up at towering battlements. They provide a glimpse to Scotland's heart, a nation that cherishes both its historical legacy and its treasury of imaginative tales. Perched majestically atop an ancient volcanic rock, Edinburgh Castle commands a spectacular view of Scotland's capital. For over 1,000 years, this grand fortress has watched over Edinburgh, witnessing countless historical events, while gathering a wonderful tapestry of legends and magical tales. One of the most captivating tales associated with Edinburgh Castle involves the mysterious network of tunnels believed to run beneath the castle and the historic Royal Mile. According to legend, these passages were discovered several centuries ago, prompting the castle authorities to send a young piper boy to explore them. The clever plan was that the boy would walk the length of the tunnels, playing his bagpipes continuously, while above ground, officials would follow the sound to map the underground network. The officials followed the cheerful music of the pipes as they moved along the Royal Mile. But suddenly, near the Tron Kirk, the music faded away. Despite searching everywhere, they couldn't find the boy, who seemed to have discovered something extraordinary in the labyrinth passages beneath the city. In the years since, many have reported hearing the faint sound of bagpipes emanating from beneath the cobbled stones of the Royal Mile, particularly in the quiet morning hours. The talented piper, it seems, continues his musical journey through the secret heart of old Edinburgh. Some versions of the legend suggest the tunnels connected the castle to Holyrood Palace at the opposite end of the Royal Mile, providing a secret passage for the royal household. Others propose that the young piper may have found a doorway to the realm of the fairies, where he now plays for their eternal celebrations. Whatever the truth, the music of the unseen piper has become an enchanting part of the castle's magical heritage. Another fascinating character in Edinburgh Castle's stories is the drummer boy. First mentioned in 1650, the spectral figure appears playing a warning drum whenever the castle might face danger. Rather than being frightening, the drummer is seen as a protective guardian, using his magical instrument to alert the castle inhabitants of approaching challenges. Some historians suggest this legend may have originated from a real drummer boy who was assigned to watch for approaching visitors and signal their arrival. Over time, the story transformed into a more magical tale of a loyal guardian who continues to protect the ancient fortress with his enchanted drum. Edinburgh Castle is home to a remarkable array of other magical residents. The friendly castle dog, a playful canine spirit that roams near the small cemetery established for officers' pets. The friendly dog is said to wag its tail and perform tricks for children who visit the castle, bringing smiles to young guests. The gentle grey lady, a misty figure occasionally glimpsed near St. Margaret's Chapel, the oldest surviving building in the complex. She's said to bring feelings of peace and tranquility to those who sense her presence. The Green Lady and the Royal Nursery. Among the most beloved magical residents of Edinburgh Castle is the Green Lady, often spotted near the castle's royal apartments. Dressed in a beautiful emerald gown from which she derives her name, the Green Lady is considered a protector of the children who once lived in the castle. These these royal chambers hold wonderful tales. Mary, Queen of Scots, gave birth to the future King James VI in a small room here in 1566. And local legend suggests that the Green Lady first appeared during this time, watching over the royal baby and bringing him magical dreams of the prosperous future Scotland would enjoy under his rule. Some castle guides tell children that the Green Lady still leaves small gifts. A shiny pebble, an unusually shaped leaf, or a feather. In unexpected corners of the royal apartments, rewarding curious young visitors who explore the historic rooms with respectful wonder. Edinburgh Castle stands not just as a monument to Scottish history, but as a treasure house of tales that blend historical events with magical imagination. Its ancient stones continue to whisper these legends to those with open hearts and minds. Located in Angus, Glamis Castle rises from the Scottish countryside like something from a storybook. Its stone turrets and battlements creating a fairy tale silhouette against the sky. As the childhood home of the late Queen Mother and the setting of Shakespeare's Macbeth, Glamis continues a literary fame with royal connections. Its grand halls and winding corridors are home to some of Scotland's most intriguing and magical tales. One of the most fascinating legends associated with Glamis concerns a special hidden room within the castle walls. According to various accounts, sometime in the past, a secret chamber was created within Glamis Castle, accessible only through cleverly disguised doors and passages. This hidden room supposedly contained something extraordinary, perhaps a magical artifact, a portal to another realm, or a collection of ancient wisdom. The legend maintains that knowledge of the secret room was passed down from father to son, with only the Earl, his heir, and the estate steward knowing its location at any given time. The tale gained popularity in Victorian times when the wife of the 13th Earl, Lady Glamis, allegedly conducted a playful investigation to discover this family secret. She reportedly recruited guests to place handkerchiefs at every window visible from the outside, only to discover afterward that one window remained unmarked, suggesting a room whose existence was concealed from most of the household. Some versions of the story claim the hidden chamber contains a magnificent library of magical texts, a collection of curiosities from around the world, or perhaps a magical chest set whose pieces move on their own when no one is watching. Whatever the truth, the legend of Glamis Castle's secret room has become a delightful mystery that continues to intrigue visitors of all ages. Another entertaining legend concerns Alexander Lindsay, the 4th Earl of Crawford, nicknamed Earl Beardy for his impressive long beard. According to local lore, Earl Beardy was staying at Glamis one evening, and he wanted to play cards. And when no one would join his game, he declared in frustration that he would play with anyone who came along. Later that night, it is said that a mysterious stranger arrived at the castle requesting shelter. The stranger agreed to play cards with Earl Beardy, and they retired to a small room to begin their game. Servants passing by heard laughter, conversation, and the sound of cards being shuffled and dealt, continuing far into the night. The legend playfully suggests that Earl Beardy was playing with a very unusual opponent, perhaps a magical being or a visitor from the fairy realm, and that they became so engrossed in their game that they lost track of time. Some versions claim that if you listen carefully in certain parts of the castle, you can still hear the shuffling of cards, the cheerful exclamations of players enjoying their eternal game. The castle guides often challenge young visitors to press their ears against particular walls, asking if they can hear the distant sound of Earl Beardy's magical card game, continuing through the centuries. Glamis Castle is home to several other enchanting figures, including the White Lady, a graceful figure seen floating through the castle gardens at twilight, particularly near the oldest trees. Some gardeners claim that areas where the White Lady has been spotted always seem to bloom more flowers than others. It is said that often playful spirit children are seen throughout the castle, and sometimes lead young visitors to the castle's most interesting features or most beautiful views. A talented unseen pianist occasionally adds a few notes to melodies played on the castle's antique instruments, sometimes heard. Musicians who perform at Glamis sometimes report hearing harmonies added to their music when playing certain pieces in the castle's music room. Glamis Castle embodies the perfect blend of historical fact and whimsical folklore that characterizes many Scottish legends. Its impressive architecture and long association with nobility have made it a perfect setting for tales that explore themes of family secrets, magical encounters, and hidden wonders. Visitors today can wander its corridors, imagining which stories might contain kernels of magic truth, waiting to be discovered by those with the eyes to see. Situated on the beautiful Isle of Skye, Dunvegan Castle has served as the ancestral home of Clan MacLeod for over 800 years, making it the oldest continuously inhabited castle in Scotland. While its stone walls and battlements speak to centuries of clan history, Dunvegan's most treasured legends revolve around its magical connections to the fairy realm. A perfect association for a castle located on an island whose very name means the Isle of the Mist. Dunvegan's most precious possession is undoubtedly the fairy flag, a special piece of silk carefully preserved and displayed within the castle. According to legend, this magical banner has wonderful powers that have helped Clan MacLeod through difficult times. The flag's origins are the subject of several charming tales, each explaining how it came into the clan's possession. The most enchanting version tells of a MacLeod chief who fell in love with a beautiful fairy princess. Though relationships between mortals and fairies were unusual, the fairy king granted his daughter permission to marry the human chief. But only for 20 years, after which she must return to the fairy realm. When the day of separation arrived, the fairy woman left her mortal husband with a magical gift, the wonderful flag, to protect their son and future generations of MacLeods. Another version suggests the flag was a present from the fairies to a MacLeod nurse who had sung such beautiful lullabies that even the fairy folk stopped to listen. Delighted by her musical talent, they presented her with the Enchanted banner to protect the children in her care. The fairy flag is said to possess remarkable abilities. When unfurled during times of need, it brings good fortune to Clan MacLeod. However, this power comes with a special condition. It can only be used 3 times before its magic returns to the fairy realm. Historical stories suggest the flag has already been used twice. Once to ensure victory in an important battle, and again to end a terrible plague that threatened the islanders. The flag's third and final use remains in reserve for Clan MacLeod's moment of greatest need. Beyond bringing victory, some legends claim the flag had additional powers, including the ability to ensure abundant harvests, to heal illness, and to bring schools of fish into the loch during times of scarcity. Modern analysis suggests the flag may actually be a silk banner from distant lands, possibly brought back from travels or trading. But such scientific explanations do little to diminish the magical hold this special artifact has on the imagination of visitors and clan members alike. Near Dunvegan Castle stands the ancient ferry bridge, the site where the clan chief reportedly said his final farewell to his fairy wife before she returned to her magical realm. Local tradition holds that this stone bridge marks a special place between the everyday world and the fairy kingdom, a spot where the veil between realms grows particularly thin. Visitors to the bridge sometimes report wonderful experiences, feeling a sudden warmth in the air, hearing distant music with no apparent source, or spotting unusual birds not normally seen in the area. According to local custom, travelers crossing the bridge should leave a small gift: colorful ribbon, shiny coin, or a pretty stone to show appreciation to the fairy folk who might be watching from their hidden realm. The distinctive flat-top mountains near Dunvegan, known as Macleod's Tables, feature in another magical tale connected to the castle. According to legend, two friendly giants once visited the Macleod chief, who were so impressed by his hospitality that they flattened the tops of two nearby mountains to create massive tables for feasting. These unusual natural features serve as reminders of the clan's legendary generosity and their connections with magical beings. Dunvegan Castle's legends reflect the deep appreciation for wonder and enchantment found throughout the Scottish highlands. These tales of fairy brides, magical banners, and gentle giants speak to a world where the ordinary and the magical exists side by side, and where even powerful clan chiefs recognize and respected the enchantment that surrounded their island home. Standing majestically atop a rocky crag overlooking the surrounding plains, Stirling Castle occupies one of Scotland's most spectacular locations. This important royal residence of the Stuart dynasty hosted coronations, grand celebrations, and magnificent tournaments. Alongside its rich historical importance, Stirling Castle features in legends that connected to noble knights colourful characters and magical celebrations. Stirling Castle is said to be home to several presences, including the Green Lady and the Pink Lady, whose stories add colour and charm to the castle's long history. The Green Lady is believed to be a helpful guardian who watches over the royal chambers. According to the legend, she once saved the young queen from danger when a candle fell, potentially causing a fire. Now, she continues her watchful service, patrolling the castle's corridors in her elegant green dress, making sure all is well within the royal apartments. Many castle guides tell children that the Green Lady particularly looks after young visitors, and that the sudden cool breezes sometimes felt in the corridors are actually her passing by. The Pink Lady adds a touch of romance to the castle legends. Dressed in a flowing pink silk gown that catches the light beautifully, this elegant figure is said to represent enduring love. She's portrayed as a romantic spirit who ensures that lovers who visit the castle find happiness together. Stirling Castle's connections to chivalric legend were lovingly cultivated by King James IV, who created a Scottish Camelot at Stirling in the early 16th century. Inspired by tales of King Arthur and his knights, James established a round table where knights could gather as equals, hosting spectacular tournaments that brought colour, pageantry, and excitement to the castle. In 1508, James commissioned a special building within the castle grounds, specifically designed to house a magnificent round table where knights could feast together after friendly competitions. The structure included a jousting yard where mounted knights would demonstrate their skill and dexterity before the assembled court. One of the most delightful stories tells of a mysterious knight in shining armor who appeared during a grand tournament, challenging all participants. After winning every contest with remarkable skill, the mystery knight revealed himself to be King James IV in disguise, showing both his prowess and his playful spirit. Castle storytellers suggest that on special summer evenings, visitors might glimpse colourful banners and hear the distant sounds of trumpets, as if one of these grand tournaments were still taking place in some magical dimension just beyond our own. Among Stirling Castle's most fascinating features are the sterling heads, beautifully carved oak medallions that once adorned the ceiling of the king's inner hall. While most of the original wooden carvings have been replaced with careful replicas, their designs continue to delight visitors of all ages. Castle guides often engage children by encouraging them to find hidden animals, magical symbols, mysterious faces within the intricate carvings. Some depict recognizable figures from history and mythology, while others portray individuals whose identities have been lost to time, allowing visitors to imagine their own stories about who these people might have been. The castle's association with wisdom and learning is enhanced by tales of the royal library that once existed in its walls. King James IV was known to collect many books on many subjects and invite learned individuals to his court. Stories tell of a special room where the king and his advisors would share knowledge, read stories from distant lands, and imagine new possibilities for their kingdom. For young visitors, guides sometimes suggest that the geometric patterns found throughout the castle's decorations might contain secret codes or hidden messages, perhaps maps to undiscovered rooms or clues to where small treasures might be hidden. This playful approach turns the exploration of historical architecture into an enchanting treasure hunt. Stirling Castle exemplifies how Scotland's royal fortresses served not only as centres of political importance, but as stages where monarchs could host grand celebrations, pursue knowledge, and create lasting impressions. Behind its impressive stone walls, history and imagination continue to dance together, each enhancing the visitor's appreciation of the other. Scotland's most photographed castle, Enchanted, sits on a small island where 3 sea lochs meet, creating one of the most magical silhouettes in the Highlands. After being damaged centuries ago, the castle was lovingly rebuilt in the early 20th century, making it a symbol of renewal and restoration. This picturesque setting is perfect for tales of selkies, friendly guardians, and magical predictions. The waters surrounding Enchanted are said to be home to selkies, enchanting beings that live as seals in the sea, but can shed their skins, become human on land. These magical creatures feature prominently in Scottish coastal folklore, particularly in tales of friendship and magical encounters. One charming local legend tells of a fisherman from the nearby village of Dorney who spotted a group of selkies swimming toward the shore one moonlit evening. Hidden behind rocks, he watched in amazement as they removed their sealskins and transformed into people who danced joyfully on the beach. Fascinated by these magical beings, the fishermen later left gifts of fish and shells for them, earning their friendship. The selkies, grateful for his kindness and respect, blessed his fishing nets to always find a good catch. In return, the fisherman made sure to share stories of the selkies' beauty and magic, while always encouraging his fellow villagers to treat seals with special care and consideration. Near Eilean, visitors often watch for unusual seal behavior, with some lucky ones reporting seals that seem to wave at the castle and its visitors with surprisingly friendly expressions. A more historically connected legend tells of a guardian who watches over Eilean. Historical records confirm that Spanish visitors once stayed at the castle to help defend Scotland, and legend suggests that one particularly kind Spanish soldier continues to look after the castle and its visitors. According to castle lore, this presence ensures that lost items are returned to their owners, and sometimes guides visitors to the castle's most spectacular viewpoints. Castle staff share stories of visitors who have felt a gentle tap on their shoulder, turning to find no one there, only to discover they were about to miss a rainbow over the castle, or an otter playing in the loch below. Some versions of the tale suggest the guardian was a Spanish ambassador who fell in love with Scotland's beauty and promised to always protect this special place, explaining why his spirit chose to remain as a benevolent caretaker rather than returning to his distant homeland. Another magical figure associated with the castle is the Lady Mary, a beautiful presence who appears when happy events are about to affect Clan Mackenzie, the castle's traditional owners. Unlike many castle spirits, the Lady Mary is considered a joyful harbinger who announces good news like births, marriages, and homecomings. Within the castle walls lies a special stone with unusual properties. According to local tradition, visitors who make a wish while touching this stone might find their heartfelt desires coming true, especially wishes for safe journeys, new friendships, or creative inspiration. The stone's magic is said to be strongest for those who approach it with pure intentions and open hearts. These legends reflect Eilindonen's special position, connecting land and sea, history and imagination. Like the castle itself, which bridges the island and mainland with its stone walkway, the tales surrounding Eilundonen explore the beautiful connections between the everyday world and the magical realms, embodying the distinctive charm of Highland folklore. Scotland's castles stand as monuments not only to the nation's rich history, but to its wonderful imagination. The legends that have grown around these ancient stones reveal much about Scottish creativity and values across the centuries. In Edinburgh Castle's tales of musical pipers and loyal drummers, we see Scotland's appreciation for loyalty and artistic talent. Glamis Castle's legends of hidden rooms and eternal card games reflect the playful side of storytelling and the delight in mysteries waiting to be solved. The Dunvegan stories of the fairy flag demonstrate the Highland belief in magical protection and the special relationship between noble families and enchanted beings. Stirling Castle's colourful tournaments and friendly guardians speak to ideals of chivalry and hospitality, while Eilundonen's selkies and wishing stones connect human communities to the natural and magical landscapes that surround them. What unites these diverse legends is their connection to specific places. Each castle's tales are uniquely shaped by its location, history, and the community that it's surrounded by. From Edinburgh's volcanic rock to Eilundonen's island setting, the physical features of these sites have inspired centuries of storytelling. Today, as you walk through these ancient stones, listen carefully. Perhaps you'll one day hear the distant sound of bagpipes beneath Edinburgh Castle, or you'll glimpse the White Lady tending Glamis Castle's gardens, or you'll feel the magic of Dunvegan's fairy flag, or sense the excitement of a grand tournament at Stirling, or spot a curious seal watching you from the waters around Eilean. For in Scotland, the line between history and magic has always been wonderfully thin. The castles stand as gateways between these two enchanting worlds.